Niners Nation, what is good? We have another video breaking down Brock Purdy in this offense. Just a week ago, they lost to the Ravens in an upsetting loss, but bounced back here, beat the Commanders. In this video, we're going to break down some film, and I'm going to showcase to you guys why Brock Purdy should still be at least in contention to win MVP, even though Lamar Jackson is playing at an elite type of level. Brock Purdy is still right there. Now on this play specifically, we're going to see some pre-snap motion here by number 19 Deebo Samuel. Now what this tells us right away is nobody crossed the formation. Now, once we see that nobody crosses the formation, we know that this is zone coverage. So what we're going to see on this play specifically is a four-man rush by the offensive line. We're going to get two guys dropping back in a zone, a mid-read here. You're going to a hook curl over here. But then they're going to disguise this blitzer right here. So he's going to delay his blitz, right? So what I want you guys to see is we have a hook curl, a mid-read, a hook curl, and then a deep zone, right? So just by knowing that, we know what route combination is going to work. And I think Brock Purdy does, a very good job being able to read defenses quickly. Obviously, they showed blitz off the left side. Looked like it could be an overload blitz to the left. That's why they had Mccaffrey block this left side. But he quickly reads these guys dropping back in his zone. We're going to have someone open on this right side. So we're going to get a quick hitch here. Then we're going to get a go route here by Deebo and an out by Brandon Aiyuk. Now, when we see this right here, right? You got this mid-read, and you got this go. So the go is going to take number 26 down the right sideline. The hitch is going to take the hook curl right here, leaving one-on-one mid-read over the linebacker on this out route. Now, all day long, you're going to want this all day long. Easy money. The mid-read's not going to go too far away from his zone, and Brock Purdy throws it perfectly, finding him up the right sideline for a first down. Now, I am sorry if you guys can hear my dogs. But let's jump into the next play. Actually, before we jump into the next play, do me a big favor and comment down below who do you think is the biggest threat to the 49ers this season. Again, a great blitz pickup there by Christian McCaffrey. We got blitz off the or pressure off the right side here. Doesn't panic, doesn't get unfocused, stays confident, stays calm, and throws an absolute dart to Brandon Aiyuk. This is what makes this offense so special, man, is because Brock Purdy's ability to not only read defenses, but his ability to fire in there through zone coverages and just, hit his wide receiver in stride. Let's go. Let's jump into the next play. Okay, here we go. We just talked about his ability to read defenses. We'll watch this play as well. Going to get some pre-snap motion here by George Kittle, and then some pre-snap motion here by Christian McCaffrey. Now, what we realize here is, from this motion, the George Kittle, it looks like zone coverage to me. However, you still have to be able to read where these guys' zones are. Now, we're going to have number 57. This is the guy to read. So we're going to get a quick out by Christian McCaffrey and a slant by Deebo Samuel. Now, depending on what this linebacker does, you're going to have the other guy open. So, boom, 5 wide, empty set. He's going to drop back in the pocket, and he's going to start looking left, okay? Now, this goes so unnoticed, but this is why I like to break down the film. For you guys at home who who can't see the game from this angle, you don't understand what's going on in this play, but a lot of you do. I'll give you guys credit. But on this play, you see how he's looking to the left side of the field? What that does is force this linebacker left, force this safety left, opening up the middle of the field. The whole time he knows he's not going left. He's going right. He's just moving these guys in this direction. Even number 31 is looking this way. Okay, he was going to quickly turn his head, and now this is where you read this linebacker, this DB. He's going to get this quick out or this quick slant. You can tell linebacker takes Christian McCaffrey on the out. You have this slant over the middle with the inside leverage on the cornerback, and that's going to be a nice little pickup there for the 49ers offense. This is what you want to see, and this is what Deebo and Brandon Aiyuk and Brock Purdy do so well. Their connection, their confidence level, they know where they're going to be. They know where he wants the football. It's so perfect. They execute at such a high level. In all this pre-snap motion, listen, it helps out Brock Purdy so much in terms of reading the defense and what they're doing schematically on the defensive side of the football. Again, we have this quick out. We want to read this linebacker, but don't let it go unnoticed. Him looking left to start this play off. Boom, just that quick look gets these guys moving left, and then boom, opens up the middle of the field. So basically, let's just say he started off looking right. You would probably push this guy right here, make this throw a lot more difficult for him to make. A little bit behind him. Obviously, you want that to be in front. But either way, it's a first down. Great catch by Deebo. Move on to the next one. Alright guys, before we jump into this next play, this touchdown to Deebo Samuel, do me a big favor, hit that like button really quick just so we can help this video get out to more 49ers fans around the world. I know the 49ers have a big game tomorrow versus the Rams. Don't worry, I will cover it if you guys want me to. And the way you guys can show me that you want me to cover or drop more film is hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, it's free. You don't have to pay anything, and you're going to get unlimited 49ers videos for the rest of not only this season, the playoff run, but also in the offseason as well. Going to break down some draft prospects, some signing prospects that they might want to bring in free agency. Going to be covering the entire offseason all year long, and we're going to be breaking down some film from this season on certain players. So if you guys want to see that, please comment down below more film, either defensive film, offensive film, a specific player film, or if you guys want to see some off-season targets, say that as well. Make sure you guys, just leave a quick comment. But also, make sure you guys go check out Underdog Fantasy, guys. They are my favorite app to use in terms of making money and putting sports bets out there. You can play higher, lower, and they'll match your first deposit up to $100, basically giving you free money. And they're going to give you a free square. If you guys don't know what high or lower is, they're going to give you, something like Brock Purdy over half a yard. It's literally free money. Go check it out. Link in the description and in the comment section. Use my promo code, sign up, get that free deposit money, and go win some money. And let's get right into the back into the film. So on this play, we're going to get some pre-snap motion here by Charlie Warner, I believe his name is. Correct me if I'm wrong. And what we're going to see is some motion here by the linebackers. Now what this tells us, it's obviously zone coverage, but they're really going to try to hone in on a run here. I believe it is 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line. And here we go. What we're going to get is Deebo motioning. We're going to a jet sweep here for what's it called? It's a short shovel pass to Deebo Samuel across the formation, as well as a play fake to Christian McCaffrey. Now, what this does is, because McCaffrey is such a high-level threat in this offense, it's going to force a lot of these linebackers and these, edge rushers to stay put on this right side of the field. We're actually going to see the majority of the defense stays on this right side because they feel like it's probably going to go to McCaffrey. So, boom, right here. So, Deebo has his ball at this point, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys here loaded up on this right side trying to stop Deebo or Christian McCaffrey, leaving 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on the left side for Deebo. And we know how good of a playmaker Deebo is, that he is going to outrun this defensive lineman. Okay, so they're not worried about this guy because he's a little bit slower than, say, this linebacker and these two DBs, right? So obviously, our main goal here is just to block these outside, DBs and get him to the outside. He's got the speed, he's got the quickness. Great job here by 89 Charlie Warner, not only getting in the way of 32, but giving a great block here to the outside defensive back. I believe it's 26, something like that. This is just a great executed play. Let's watch it one more time. And I really want to give a big shout out to 89 here. This goes so unnoticed, or not unnoticed, I want to say, but underrated, very underrated play here by 89. A lot of people don't give him credit for this, but man, if he's not out here, if he's not in this position, if he's not blocking the right guy here, man, this might be a loss of a couple yards. But instead, a walk-in touchdown for Deebo Samuel, and gets the first touchdown on the board of the day. Let's jump into the next one. Today's video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. And if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today. Okay, another amazing job using his eyes here on this play. What we're going to get is some motion here by 89. He's going to be running a wheel. We're going to see Aiyuk running a deep, kind of curl route. So he's going to go to the middle of the field and stop in the middle. Okay, we realize there's a deep safety, but again, I want to show you what he does reading George Kittle on this play, forcing a couple of linebackers and even this DB to this side of the field. I mean, it is truly amazing, and this is why I love breaking down the film so we can see things like this. But again, you got this pre-snap motion. Nobody followed him. We know it's zone coverage, and Brock Purdy does such a good job being able to know where the holes are going to be in his zone. So we're going to send a delayed blitz off this right side, and we're also going to realize quickly that he's going to be under pressure but still makes a great throw. So right here, you see how he's looking towards George Kittle. So what that does, and we can already start to see it, boom, 31 locked in on George Kittle, 51 locked in on George Kittle. We have this guy as well kind of locked in on this side of the field right now. Even number 20, who's supposed to be playing like the middle area, the hook curl area, is, looking at the quarterback, watching him look at George Kittle right here. So now, like we said before, we got a quick little whip route here by Deebo. That's going to draw one of these guys down. And then we have Aiyuk running this deep curl, okay? Now, what we could start to see here is you see how he's still looking at George Kittle. 51, and this safety who did start over the middle of the field is now trending this way. Guys, this is huge. George Kittle is not open. He's not thinking about throwing to George Kittle right here. What he's doing is drawing everyone to this side of the field to get the middle of the field open. Okay, he knows right now this DB, this guy right here has to decide: am I going to cover the curl or am I going to cover the whip? Okay, decides that he's going to go cover the whip route over the middle. Brock Purdy with the guy right in his face. 47 is about to get to him. Throws it right where he's going to be. Aiyuk sits in the zone and gets a great pickup. Guys, this is just next level football. All right, here's another insane read by Brock Purdy. So again, pre-snap motion here by number 89. Doesn't really tell us if it's man or zone, but what we want to read here is this linebacker, these two linebackers over the middle of the field. So boom, gonna get some pre-snap motion here by Mccaffrey. You see this linebacker kind of shift his feet to the left side. Looks like, okay, maybe could be man, maybe could be zone, but this is where we read number 51. What does 51 decide to do here? Looks like he's going to be in the zone. We're gonna notice how when he drops back, he sits into the zone. Boom. See how he's, setting his feet here, trying to drop back into the zone. Once we have this clear out by Aiyuk, we know this corner is wide open. Wide open. You have this guy on the flat, you have this guy on a hook curl, and then this guy is supposed to be playing, more over here, but he's just kind of reading this wide receiver, Aiyuk, and now he's getting more to his zone, but it's already too late. George Kittle is wide open down the sideline. Just a very good read, man. It's quick. He stays calm in the pocket. Again, you got the pre-snap motion. Don't really know if it's man or zone at this point in time, but once we see this linebacker start to shift over because of McCaffrey, we know he's either in man or he's in a a flat route or flat zone. And then this route here, it's actually not Brendan. This is maybe Ray McLeod on the go route, is really getting Emmanuel Forbes. Really getting him. This is huge. Beautiful play. Great read. Great throw. Perfect execution here by Brock Purdy in the offense. With that being said, guys, do me a huge favor. I will break down more film if you guys are enjoying the content. The way I can understand if you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys comment saying more film, hit that like button. Let's see if we can get up to 300 likes. And if we do so, I will cover the 49ers for next week's game as well. Subscribe if you're new. It's free. Don't got to pay anything. And lastly, comment down below the number 13 if you think Brock Purdy can win MVP this season, but also comment down below the number 19 if you guys made it all the way to the end of the video. Just want to see how many of you guys stay to the very, very, very end. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.